fight official introduction. The fighter fighting out of the red corner, weighing at 76.9. He's 22, stands at 5'8". He fights out of Allegiance MMA and hails from Leeds, Matt Grubic. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, weighing at 77.4. He's 19, stands at 6 foot. He fights out of Farsley Combat Centre and hails from Leeds, Teekay, Stanley.
Okay, so joining me in the booth now, Saif Khan.
Hi, Rich.
MC extraordinaire as well, I see.
Well, thank you for that. So, first bite of the evening, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's getting ready to kick off, eh? So this is first fight at Cage Fighter 7, Ellen Road.
So we're
underway.
We've got an amateur B, so there's no headshots on the floor in this one.
Guys looking to get started early on, which is good. Establishing the jab from both fighters. Good lateral movement both ways here. Bit of head movement as well from Mark, it's good to see. Obviously got a bit of a background boxing, feel a nice left hook as well. Good stiff jab as well, looking nice. TK's just circling. He's making some good angles, he's doing all right.
Yeah, I think what it is TK wants to keep it at distance and Mark wants to close that distance and coming in with the looping left hook.
That's it. He's looking to throw big shots over the top, which is not a bad idea if you're getting stuck behind a stiff jab that TK's throwing out, which is good. He's going to close him down, keep him tight to the corner. Whoa. Putting a bit of lever on this one, Safe, eh?
Yeah, I think TK's he's trying to play a nice game, keep it at distance, but I think Mark just wants to go in, finish it off with the hooks, and he appears to be strong when he's inside coming with those hooks.
Throwing a nice round there, he's gone backed up nicely. Good exchange in the corner there from both guys, clinches up well. Didn't look like there was any trouble there, to be honest, just a lot of shots going in. Short and neat to separate, very nice.
I don't think Mark wanted any of that grappling side of it, he just pushed him away, and he's happy, stood up, closing the ground and trying to go for the hard hooks.
I think that's it, both guys here look like they want to exchange standing. It's like no one's really looking to sort of change their stance, looking for takedowns or anything, hands are quite high. Lateral movement's good from both, there's no sort of backward stuff here, but like you said, it's big shots from Mark and good straight down the pipe action from Teekay, which is good. Nice right hand there, very nice round.
They seem nice and relaxed, both of them, you know, and the thing with Mark is he wants the KO. I spoke to him earlier and said, look, he'd love to finish it with a knockout, and TK is just biding his time, using his distance, using the length that he's got, but he's been caught with a kick which has stumbled TK slightly.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of movement there, don't look there was too much on that one. Oh, good left hook there. He's going rocked a bit there. Feet moving well. Oh, no, still okay, he's covering well. Nice low kicks.
Yeah, I think TK just needs to be a bit aware of the left hook of Mark. It seems to be his trademark and he's throwing it quite a lot, so hopefully it shouldn't come as a surprise for TK to prepare himself for them.
Both of them got good angles on the punch. It's nice to see him mixing up a little bit, throwing combinations rather than singles, which is nice. Both guys looking really good here. Good here. Two tough kids, obviously. I mean, these guys are both young fighters, 19 and 22, and yeah, looking to mix it up a bit early on, which is nice.
Great way to start the show.
Yeah, kind of just got him wobbled there. Feet going a little bit. Feels like with a combo he could be doing quite well there. He's definitely hunting for that knockout, isn't he?
He is, and he's getting closer and closer. I mean, TK knows, and he's ducked under there, and he's trying to come back, but he's just got to be a little bit careful when he gets in close distance there.
Both guys looking good. Sort of came to see, really, isn't it? Oh, it's a good right hand from TK there, really nice. Mark's
yeah, I think that seems to be the thing as well. It's all right throwing the hooks, but you just got to be careful yourself that you don't leave yourself exposed.
Yeah, that's it. He's not looking like he's putting too much. There's actually a bit of blood out of Teekay now. I don't know. It looks like he's hitting him in the nose a bit with that left hook, and he's still landing it as well. He's going to have a bit of a short night if he's not careful. He's going to have to, maybe look to move a little bit more on left hook. I mean, we're coming to the end of the first round there. Pretty fair exchange.
Good reply there by TK, straight down the pipe and caught him with a straight right at the same time. He's just got to be careful. He keeps catching him with that left hand. And by now he should be aware of that and be able to plan accordingly and prepare himself for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, he's come through his corner, we've done the exact same thing. You got caught with a couple of shots you probably didn't need to take there, but there's no doubt in the heart of the kid, man. He's standing there and putting the shots in nicely, isn't he?
I mean, the thing with TK is he's taken this fight on 2.5 weeks' notice. Really? He hasn't had a fight camp as such in preparation for this. But he's here, he's giving it everything he can, and he's keeping him at distance, which is good. And at the same thing, like you said, he's only a young lad, and he's keeping him at distance, and he's moving, and they're both moving really well.
Both are. Good to see level of fitness as well. The work rate in that round was fantastic. Guys both looking really good. And like on 2 weeks' notice, like you said, that bodes really well for him on a full fight camp. He's looking like a tough guy.
Well, when I spoke to both lads earlier on, Mark was under the impression that he would love for it to be a KO, whereas TK would love to win by submission. Really? So that kind of tells a tale there, you know.
We've not seen much of that hunting for the drag down the ground there. Takedown's not looking too solid, but he's doing good on his feet. You know, like you said, if he watches that left hand and isn't overly reticent to engage when he gets a chance, then it's shaping up to be a real good fight.
Yeah, I mean, Mark just has to be a little bit careful that he doesn't shoot his load in the first round, because he's had to cut a little bit away. So we'll see if that's worked out okay, or if it's been a detriment to him.
Just saying earlier on, it's probably one of the first times that all the fighters have weighed in the night before as well, which is good. I think it's a better way to approach as well. Gives the guys a chance to recover for the fight as well, which is good. And it's obviously worked well for these two guys. They're both coming in great shape.
Well, it stands them in good stead when they want to go to preparation, when they want to go for pro fights.
That's exactly right. And then it needs to be more universal across all fights, really, to be honest, that they're getting this day before weigh, and we don't want guys cutting weight on the day and letting their performance suffer. So both guys exchanging well here at the moment, just looking to find their range a little bit more.
I think that the issue here is Mark is relying a lot on his hands rather than his legs, whereas TK is mixing it up, and that might cost Mark later on in the rounds if it goes to the third round, whereas he's only relying on his hands, and it might tire him out if he hasn't got anything else in the bag.
And you know, it's those leg kicks finally sort of wear you down a little bit, you lose a little bit of movement, you get stuck in the pocket a little bit as well, so it's yeah, you know, it's the right thing to do. Throw these kicks in there with the punches. He's looking for that big shot though, isn't he, as opposed to putting those combinations together. Yeah,
but I think on this one, what TK's done is come out more stronger and not stepping back as much, and that may have been advice he was given in the corner, which then puts more pressure on Mark. Whereas just being on the outside and Mark picking him up as and when.
Still on that left hook though. Still haven't quite found a sort of counter to that left hook to stop him in throwing quite so much. Nice little mini Superman there from Mark, very nice. Good stiff jab in return from Teekay as well. He's doing well, he's mixing up to the body as well, which is nice to see as well. It's a good exchange there. This guy's putting on a real good fight, can't he? I'm really, really pleased with this, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's really good. I think Teekay just needs to be a bit more careful that he doesn't get caught up into trying to go and get into the punching. He's tried to go for taking him to the ground, and Mark's being clever and being able to sidestep and push him into the cage.
Yeah, the distance on that was a bit far. He's breathing through his mouth quite heavy now, so that nose obviously taking a bit of damage. Just saw Mark land that jab there, and he looked a bit, not necessarily shell-shocked, but certainly a little bit ropey from that jab. He's a heavy mouth breathing now. He's going to have to be very careful.
Well, stuff like that, you know, when you get injured to your nose, it impedes your breathing,
that's right,
which affects your cardio, and also it affects your mental state, because it messes up your equilibrium.
I mean, it's going to give confidence to Mark as well, as he's seeing sort of a bit of blood in the face, thinks, yeah, I'm definitely causing damage, got to make sure I keep sticking with the plan that's working. Very even fight for the most part. I mean, apart from the damage caused with these left hooks, you know, there's a heck of a fight going on here. It's good from both of them. It's a good shot there from the right hand. He's got a nice straight hand to Teekay, hasn't he? Really, really good.
Yeah, straight down the pipe. Yeah,
he's really throwing straight. Mark's obviously looking, like you said, hunting that knockout nicely as well. Just pace just slowing down ever so slightly at the moment, because they've both been seriously trading some leather up to this point as well. Just got one takedown so far, showing the intentions from Teekay to actually take it down. It's gone low again. I think he's looking to take it to the floor a bit more now, but he's I don't know, he's probably shooting from a bit far away, not setting it with his hands or his kicks first. He wants him back.
Yeah, I don't think Teekay should worry about getting up, because Mark's just going to step back and let him get up.
There's not too much scramble going on, is there? It's land the right hook there. Teekay's chasing now. He's looking a bit wobbly, he's gone. His legs have gone, he's gone. He's amateur beast, so they can't actually ground and pound to face here, so the referee will keep a close eye on that one as they come out at the end of the round.
Those rules, amateur B, saved Teekay in that fight there.
Yeah, absolutely. Had that been amateur A or unified rules, that would have been finished.
It would have taken one punch, and the referee was quite savvy, was Mick Clements, and he knew that although Teekay stumbled and fell back, he was watching, and he wasn't going to get punched in the face.
Yeah, I'd like to see that with the AMB fights, where the ref's letting them continue for a little bit. There isn't quite the danger there is from the NSAC, where the ground and pound is going to really punish a down fighter. So, yeah, it's really good refereeing there as well, letting it continue, because there's no need to cause a stoppage there. And his corner will decide if he wants to come out for this one anyway, which I'm sure he will. Just like he just took a bit of a shot there, wobbled him a little bit, and
well, it will. I mean, the thing is, Teekay has tried a couple of times to get him down. He's struggled. Yeah. He's been knocked down. He's been bloodied. Whereas Mark is thinking, hold on a minute, everything's going well for me here. I'm catching him on the end of the hooks. I'm stopping him from taking me down, and I can knock him down. So he'll be coming out with strong confidence. Teekay is going to have to get some strong words of advice from his corner team when he comes out now.
What would you tell him if you're in the corner, Carney? What would be your advice at this point here?
Well, I mean, my advice would be, listen, you know, it sounds like you're going to be 2 rounds down here, so you've got to try your best, and you've got to finish this fight. Now, sometimes you've got to go for broke, or you've got to be a little bit clever and try to not telegraph anything, but try to take him down and deal with him on the floor. If that's his groundwork, he needs to get him down first.
It's got to happen now, innit? I mean, he's getting tired third round, so these takedowns are probably going to struggle a little bit. You know, they haven't looked too strong in the second round, but you know, maybe he'll put something together in the third now. I guess Mark's been told more of the same, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Teekay's going for the inside leg kick, but it's just a little touch. You know, that's better.
He needs to
give it a little bit snap in it.
He's throwing the kicks a little bit more, which is good. So he started backing off again, though, which I don't think is going to work well for him against Mark. If he's not careful, though, Mark's going to chase him down, hit him with some big shots over the top, and like you said, if he's going to smell that blood and he's going to want to chase it down. his eye contact's good. He's constantly checking for his angles. He's just walking through them kicks. Like you said, he's not putting enough on him to really stop him moving forward. And he's going to have to really commit to one of those inside or outside leg kicks to stop that forward momentum of Mark there. But both guys still going for it.
The thing is, Teekay, if he did put a bit of pressure on those legs, that would prevent Mark from being so confident and coming forward.
Right,
all he's doing is just lowering the levels, moving his head and going in for the kill.
He's chasing now a little bit as well, so I mean, Teekay's really going to have to make sure he's just keeping out of range here, because Mark's really hunting this, isn't he? Like you said, he's chasing this knockout now, he's hungry for it. But
that was a nice stepping jab there.
Very nice, very nice. Both fighters breathing a bit now, but still actually getting good pace. Goes to a spin kick there. He's got to be careful to move out of the cage as well. Like Mark's controlling the centre of the octagon really, really well on this. He's really controlling the cage well. Just constantly moving forward. That constant pressure there from Mark's probably winning him the fights, even if he wasn't winning on the punches anyway. He's got that sort of controlled aggression that's really good to see.
Well, he's in his face all the time, isn't it? He's in his face, and it's just Teekay has got to do something here. There's got to be a degree of urgency for him and his corner team.
He knows he's got to know his two rounds down here, and you know, the first one may be a narrow round, but that second one, just damage caused, going to cost him big on this one. And you know, Mark's playing a smart fight at this point. You know, he's still chasing, so he's not backing off at all. But you know, the exchanges are fewer and far between now at the moment. Teekay he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to really turn it on here, either force that takedown or I don't know, try and land a head kick or something. He's going to have to really mix these kicks up, because the hands aren't doing the job at the moment.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, the kicks the inside leg kick is cool, but you've got to add some power in there, and you can't. It's not touching. You don't just touch the leg, and especially like there on the outside. There's got to be the degree of urgency here, and you've got to push forward, regardless. You know, if you're going to go out on your shield, you're going to go out on your shield.
That's it. I'd like to see him throw an inside leg kick with a little bit of bad intentions, follow it with a straight right hand. That sort of inside to the big right. I think he could catch Mark napping there with that shot. You know, plant his foot, make him stand, absorb it, throw that lovely right hand he's been throwing earlier in the rounds. That was scoring quite well. And just do something. He's going to have to really turn it on here, because he is down here at this moment in time.
I mean, he has got some slick punches as Teekay when he goes straight down the line, straight down the pipe with the right hand. But Mark, he's confident because he knows that we're in the third round. I haven't been rocked, so I can just continue and be a bit flash like he's doing there.
Yeah, nice little Superman as well. He's almost got his range on that as well, to be fair. He tried that in the second round and it was a little less urgent, but last 10 seconds now, I mean, unless something shocking happens, I think this is probably foregone conclusion that Mark's probably taken this one. But certainly no doubt that Teekay came to fight.
He did. And I mean, listen, a great fight.
Wonderful fight, really good fight.
For two fighters, it would have been a lot of pressure. They've come in, they've opened the show out. Yeah. And they've done well.
Great start, really good start, really good to see as well.
And these are the sort of fighters that we want, you know, to work their way up the ranks.
Like warm-up fights here, and this has been a real good fight, real good trucks there, so it's good stuff. Just going to judges for the decision now. It's a good work all round. Mark really came to win this one, really looking to land them shots early. Big punches, good looking hoops. Probably won the fight, like I said, on the damage caused. Certainly good control of the cage as well, been forking around. But you know, 2.5 weeks notice, Teekay's done himself real proud there. And both young guys who've probably got quite a good future ahead of them if they continue to sort of demonstrate that sort of willingness to trade and willing to exchange as well. So Khan's just back in the ring now, giving us a decision on this one. See how it goes.
To the centre of the cage, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hardcore rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. We have a majority decision in favour of your winner. In the red corner, Mark